Hi, Lorraine Menza here, and in this video blog, I'm going to talk to you about how to embrace your inner child adult style. And I guess what I'm saying is that if you look at all the positive attributes of a child, you need to learn to incorporate that in your life. One of the biggest things that children do so well is they don't hold any grudges. They do not hold grudges. Adults tend to hold grudges. Kids are pretty good about not doing that. They know how to forgive. And if you think about that, if you are not a forgiving person, if you hold a grudge, it's like carrying a big heavy backpack on your back. And when you learn to forgive and let go, it's like releasing this big heavy weight and you feel so much lighter. So think about that. I mean, a lot of people talk about embracing the inner child, but I really think one of the things that kids do and do well is they learn to forgive. Another thing they do so well is they enjoy the moment. And, they don't let their worries or anything else destroy their ability to enjoy the present. I remember my kids banging on pots and pans and just laughing and giggling when they were little, or going outside and enjoying nature and looking for insects and worms and, just chasing lightning bugs, always laughing, expressing joy. And I believe it's just those simple little things that you can do that, we take for granted. So I think what we need to do is look at things as if it's the first time you're ever seeing it. And I think another thing an adult needs to do is to be grateful. Take the things that are already working for your in your life and thank whoever you believe in, whether it's God or whoever, and thank them for all those changes in your life, whether that's health or family or friends. And when you're in this state of appreciation, guess what? Fear and anger, anxiety, all those feelings get replaced, because it really does, create a feeling of optimism, which is another thing a kid can do so well. They have the ability to be more optimistic, and they see possibilities in all things. Children are not afraid to make mistakes. When a child learned to do anything in their life, whether it was to walk or ride a bike or learn to read, hey, they made plenty of errors, but you know what? They kept trying. My dog's having a little breakdown back there, so we'll deal with them. But they did it. They didn't look at it as a task. They just looked at it as something they needed to accomplish. And they looked at the possibility of being a reader or being a walker or being a bicycle rider. They just did it. And you know what? Adults need to accept the possibilities, and mistakes lead to many possibilities. They're just a way to accomplish what you eventually want to get to. It's part of the learning process. I mean, NBA players don't become NBA players without making a lot of mistakes and correction of errors during their practices. So any professional sports player, anybody in life. So part of learning, I think, is satisfies the curiosity and the wonder of knowing more about things. And kids are always curious. So I think, you know, um, it's so important to be a learner as an adult. I mean, when you were a child, you remember going outside and looking at the stars and moon and just like being in awe of it all. And, when the snow, first day of snow, when you're trying to catch that snowflake, or you throw snowballs, or you make a snowman, it's unbelievable. Kids have the ability to create joy. Look for ways that you can create joy in your life. And one way of doing it is to incorporate music and art in your life. I remember singing all the time as a child. When I went to music class and I learned a new song, I would come home and sing that song. I would sing in the bathtub. I sang all the time. And I just think you need to incorporate music in your life. Put on a song that brings joy and just inspires you. And or put on a song that you know the words to and sing along with it. Or and that's an artistic way of looking at things, or play a musical instrument, or paint a picture, or color, whatever it takes, or do a craft. But when you're doing something like that, you are in the moment, and you are joyful. Another way to have fun like a child is to play games. Yes, as adults, we tend to forget about the games, but there's cards, there's dice, there's games like Bunko. I used to play Bunko with my kids. They liked it. Um, but you can go back to your childhood days playing Sorry, Life, Uno, or whatever you enjoy. Go see a movie, watch a movie that you really like, that brings some kind of joy, or go back and do that. Embracing your inner child is not that difficult for you to do. There are just many different things that you can do. And if you think of children, they don't hold grudges. They're very forgiving. They're in the moment. They're constant learners. They're not afraid to make mistakes. I mean, the list, and they see the possibilities in the world, and they have joy in their lives. And so that, that is a wonderful thing for adults to learn to embrace. With that said, have yourself a great day. Subscribe to my channel and take care of yourself.